before anybody else. We were told by Joe Biden last year while he was campaigning for president that he was not coming after our guns. Well, that turns out to be another huge lie. So the New York Times is reporting the White House weighs executive orders on gun control. So a day after President Biden called on Congress to pass a new assault weapons ban and tougher background checks, the administration was considering steps it could take without legislation. Now, if you go back to a Democratic debate when Joe Biden still hadn't wrapped up the nomination, he said, no, we have to do this through legislation, and we have to do this right because it's a constitutional right. So that's what he was saying. He was making sure he ran to the middle, and he was not coming after our guns. He even called a person who was going to vote for him a liar when he said, "You're going to come after my guns." So it still surprises me how he got away with some of the stuff he said to voters when, during, and somehow he was this kind and friendly guy when he's basically just Democrat Trump. Only he's more senile. And I'll get to his senility here in a second. So basically what we're seeing is that Joe Biden actively is considering taking your guns away. I don't get it. I don't get how people aren't understanding that this is first of all, it's a campaign promise by him. He said he wasn't coming after our guns. He lied. Second of all, this is a constitutional right that we've had for over 200 years. There is clear court cases, Supreme Court precedents on this. We have the Heller decision. We have the McDonald decision. There is clear, it's clear. We have a basic fundamental right to own firearms, to keep and bear arms. This is a personal right. But you have a president who is considering just by signing a piece of paper saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to remove that right from you." So you can take a look at this here. We already know this, and this is on the heels. This is around the same time Reason magazine has come out. If I can get this to come up. Where are you, Reason? See if I can pull this up here. So basically the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which is basically the federal appeals court, so right underneath the Supreme Court, they're the court that basically you appeal here, and then if you want to appeal, you go to the Supreme Court. They basically said the right to bear arms does not extend beyond your doorstep. Well, that's just ridiculous, because it's a right to keep and to bear. So that is two separate rights. So you have the right to keep and the right to bear arms. Keeping the gun in your, in a safe in your house is not bearing the weapon. So this is ridiculous, and I don't know what is going on with Reason.com right now. It's driving me crazy here. Anyway, but as you can tell, you also have so at the same time you have the courts saying, yeah, you're that basic fundamental right you have, in the Second Amendment, yeah, it really isn't that great. We're going to kind of eat away at it. You have the current executive saying he's going to just write off your gun rights. We also know that the person who could be a tie-breaking vote in the Senate for gun control, Kamala Harris, she was actively saying she said this to Joe Biden during a debate. Yes, you can. She goes, why can't you say yes, we can to just eliminating gun rights altogether, just banning certain types of weapons? What people are not understanding is that when you when you sign executive orders, when you have these executive orders, in this case especially, is overnight, with just a stroke of a pen, making millions of people criminals. You're taking people who were once law-abiding citizens and you're immediately making them criminals. That's what's going on. Joe Biden is doing it. The courts are trying to do it. And it's, if you want a civil war, this is how you get a civil war.